Stage 18 of the Giro d'Italia, a day that will live in infamy, not because of all the thrilling sprint finishes, not because of a new pink jersey contender, but because of Juan Ayuso, Spain's next big thing, UAE's eyebrow-raising luxury signing and resident prodigy, abandoned the Giro d'Italia out of nowhere, and cycling Twitter, Instagram, Reddit all exploded faster than a Red Bull and Doritos. So, now we ask, was it pain in the knee or was it pain in the ego? The Disappearance. It was a Thursday, a perfectly average Thursday in the Dolomites. Stage 18 of the Giro. Riders were battered, exhausted, and frantically calculating how many more energy gels they could eat without turning into a glucose statue. Then, Ayuso was gone. Off the start list, off at the back, off at the bus, probably. Juan Ayuso officially DNF'd. No crashes, no televised agony, just a quiet, "oh, my knee hurts," whispered into the ether like your uncle's excuses for not helping move furniture. According to UAE Team Emirates' statement, which by the way reads like the corporate equivalent of "he's just tired, okay," Juan Ayuso pulled out due to, quote, persistent knee pain that got worse overnight. Oh, how convenient. The internet mob. Within 13 seconds, the internet turned down "Vamos Juanito" to "cancel this man immediately," faster than you can say "Cien utu de bricks." Let's visit Instagram, shall we? Welcome to the digital Thunderdome, where fans have zero chill and take things extremely personally. One particularly hurt soul left the following masterpiece under Ayuso's final Giro post. Quote, pain in the knee or pain in the ego? Oof, that burns hotter than the Col de Finestre in July. But wait, it gets better. Another person chimed in, clearly an amateur psychologist. Quote, they don't fool me. It is pain in the ego. Overrated rider who didn't want to assist Del Toro. Viva Del Toro, viva Mexico. That escalated faster than UAE's salary budget. A quick reminder that Del Toro is a 20-year-old Mexican phenom who's been UAE's actual hero at the Giro. A quiet assassin with legs made of plutonium and humility that makes Ayuso look like a diva in a shampoo ad. Then there was this punch-to-the-gut comment. Quote, he is capable of anything to avoid helping. And this one, dripping with intentional sarcasm. Quote, this guy does anything but work for his team. Another user, presumably armed with Google Translate and passive aggression, simply wrote, quote, how do you say overrated in Spanish? We'll help you with that. It's sobrevalorado. And yes, we checked. The insult works in all Romance languages. And finally, this poetic dagger, quote, my way or no way. If Ayuso ever releases a memoir, that's your little title right there. What really happened? Now, in Juan Ayuso's defense, which is currently less secure than a McDonald's napkin in a hurricane, knee pain isn't fun. We're not monsters. We don't want riders to suffer irreparable damage just to prove something to online egg avatars and Remco stans. But here's the issue. This wasn't just a quiet exit. It came with a trail of suspicious crumbs, like a bad murder mystery written by a caffeinated pigeon. Let's rewind. Juan Ayuso entered this Giro with serious GC ambitions. UAE said he was going for pink, Pogacar's little deputy, the Ayuso solution. And what happened? He struggled from the start. He was dropped on climbs by people who weren't even born during the first Armstrong Tour win. He got angrily shouted at by teammates during a messy stage 15. True story, Covey would be seen throwing hand signals that would get you kicked out of a wedding. He refused to ride for Del Toro, even when it became clear the young Mexican was UAE's best bet. Instead, Ayuso dropped anchor on climbs and didn't even offer a buena suerte. And then he left. Quietly, no podium duties, no thank you Giro post, just a disappearing act that left more questions than answers. Quotes from the media. Now this isn't just social media being toxic. Even journalists and ex-pro riders started raising their eyebrows so high that they left Earth's orbit. Cycling News editor Barry Ryan on Twitter May the 23rd said, quote, Ayuso's abandonment raises eyebrows. A pre-race GC hope. His refusal to assist Del Toro this past week was noticeable. Daniel Freble on the Cycling Podcast episode 672, quote, if this was just a knee problem, then my name is Tadej Pogačar. Hot take, Daniel, but not wrong. Gazzetta dello Sport called it, quote, a suspicious and poorly timed exit, suggesting internal UAE frustrations were brewing high. And one Spanish commentator on Eurosport went full soap opera. Quote, there is a storm inside that team. Ayuso is not a team player. He wants to be a star, even when he cannot shine. Ouch. That's the kind of thing your mum says before grounding you for failing maths. Viva Del Toro. Meanwhile, Isaac Del Toro, the real hero of UAE's Giro, kept trucking along like a Duracell bunny with a VO2 max off the charts. At 20, he's doing what Ayuso should have done. Ride selflessly, quietly, and powerfully. Climbing with the best, smiling awkwardly in interviews, making all of Mexico cry tears of national pride. And while Ayuso posted black and white aesthetic photos of his knees and his quote-unquote journey, Del Toro kept posting nothing, because he's busy, being useful for the team. One fan summed it up perfectly. Quote, we wanted Ayuso to lead, and instead we discovered Del Toro is the truth. Ayuso's Giro ended at stage 1. Another comment, quote, Del Toro is what Ayuso pretends to be. And honestly, it's starting to feel like that's true. Juan was the next Contador. Now, he's looking more like the next Carlos Veroni. Good on some days, missing on most. A little bit of fairness. Okay, let's breathe. Let's walk it back a step. Juan Ayuso is still 21. He's not a villain. He's not out there drop-kicking puppies or signing with Soudal Quickstep. He's had good moments. Remember the 2022 Vuelta a España? He finished 3rd overall at age 19. That was insane. He rode like a baby-faced Terminator. Calm, calculated, only panicked when the cameras were off. He won the Itzulia Basque Country, toured their Romandy stages, and has shown that when he wants to, he can drop riders like a bad mixtape. Even Remco gave him props once, and Remco hates giving props. And this Giro, sure, it was bad, but so was Bernal's 2023 comeback. So was Evenepoel's 2021 Tour. Nobody has a perfect career curve, except Vingegaard's femurs. So, maybe we don't throw Ayuso into the fire just yet, but let's be clear, he owes cycling fans an explanation. A good one, not a PR line knee emoji. What's next? So what now for Juan Ayuso? Well, rumour has it he's still targeting the Vuelta. If he can swallow his pride, rehab properly, and maybe say something nice about Del Toro in public, he could bounce back. But the leash is short. UAE is now Pogačar's galactic empire, and if Ayuso wants to survive the next roster shuffle, he'll need to prove that he's not just a diva with a saddle. And Del Toro, he is already being hailed as Poggy's mountain man for 2026. One fan wrote, quote, give that kid a Tour de France in 3 years. Ayuso can stay home with his Spotify playlist. And on that note, here's a fan playlist titled, quote, Juan Ayuso Knee Therapy Vibes, featuring Tears Dry on Their Own, Amy Winehouse, A Fall to Pieces, Patsy Cline, Irreplaceable by Beyonce, Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato, and Take a Bow by Rihanna. So, in conclusion, was it pain in the knee or was it pain in the ego? Was it a carefully choreographed escape to avoid helping a teammate become a star? We may never know. What we know is that cycling fans are savage. Del Toro is rising, and Juan Ayuso just walked himself into a PR storm the size of Stelvio. Thanks for watching today's video, and if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all of the latest cycling news, cycling drama and cycling results. Also leave a like on today's video before you go to show your support, and feel free to comment down below your opinions in the comment section.